do this. Camera's a little bit laggy. That's okay. Okay. Let's do the thing. Video capture device is good. Let's actually mute that. There we go. Alright. Beautiful. Okay. Got everything balanced. Where's my controller? That's the only thing I don't have. Alright. Let's go. When was the last time I saved that file? I don't know when the last time I saved that file is. Oh well. I don't know, let's go for it. So, might be. Online.
That shit. I'm not.
Four posts, 24 photos. That's what you're asking. 4 posts and 24 photos. Exactly what you're asking. You're asking if it shows you that you have content. Yeah, it's showing that you have content. Let me mute my mic real quick so you can. Alright. Get it started. Lilty? Gonna be some hype stuff for the beginning of the run here.
Dreaming of the stars on high that speak to me in secret sighs, drifting
Alright. I'm just out of the way for the opening sequence. I am here. See, yeah, don't worry, man. I've been inactive too. I've been inactive for about a month, so don't worry, man. You know me. I take my month breaks and come back. Sometimes 2 or 3 months. Morning star watching over. Oh. You take so many liberties with the tempo. The original version was so much better. I'm just glad this game got a remaster. How difficult is this game? Not very difficult before hard mode. Now, for a beginner at this game, there can be a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not like Dark Souls-esque, you know? It's just a particular game. You have to play it a certain way. As far as difficulty goes, there's in the remastered edition, there's a new hard mode that makes everything much harder. And there's new dungeons added as well. It also gets more difficult as you progress through the game. Like, the same dungeons will level up, basically. The same dungeons will get additional enemies, and the enemies will get more health and defense. Like, they're called cycles. Okay, so... See how is the only thing harder than the max difficulty. Ooh my. Hometown. Hometown. Which? Beautiful. Okay, so for this challenge run, we're only gonna do. Oh, let me move so you can see the loading screen, by the way. Oh, Moogle. Very cute. This side's probably better for me. Okay. We'll play from this side. We're gonna be left mat today. Galactic lefty. Kind of guides you through the beginning part here. So for this challenge, you can make up to 8 characters. We're going to be making just one. It's going to be a Lilty. So there's 4 different tribes. You got Clavet, which is kind of balanced, well-rounded. You got Lilty, which is better at physical attacks and sucks at magic. You got Yuke, which is good at magic, sucks at physical. And then you've got Selkie, which, again, is kind of balanced. So we're going to be using a Lilty and using magic only. So we'll go with the bucket head for magic only. How is Star Wars: The Old Republic? So we're going to be going Tailor, I believe. We can go blacksmith and make better weapons, but Tailor will help us make accessories? And accessories might be worth it? I don't know. And he will be... So many voice-acted lines, you get the BioWare dialogue wheel for the whole game and its expansions. Oh, let's see. What would we name a character that's supposed to be bad at magic but does it anyways? I'm naming him Yukon, because Ukes are supposed to be good at magic. So we're gonna name him Yukon. Alright, and then we have to go to this beginning sequence where, like, our family's sending us off and stuff, but that's the only one we're gonna have to watch. Imagine having to watch it 8 times. Shit, now I feel silly. I usually go by Mama Meat Flaps. Ooh, wait. I'm in front of the chat. That's better. Ah, there's my full. I think Buckethead looks the magic-iest because he's got like the tie, the like ascot on the back and like the little tie in front. I think it's pretty cool. So we'll do the first couple of dungeons of Magic Only. Be right back, my friend. I'm going to go toot some marijuana. Gonna toot it, huh? Go for it. Try moving your caravan. Of course, I know all the controls already, so I'm not going to sit through the. Basically, the hard part about Lilties is Lilties have the slowest attack, or slowest cast speed, and the shortest cast range in the game. So, and their buffs and debuffs last. Their debuffs last the longest, and their buffs last the shortest.
You were the caravan from that village. I heard they were sending out a new caravan. My name is Soul. I am captain of the Our caravan boasts a history, but Stiltskin. This is
the voice acting is new, by the way.
Come on, say hello.
I'm gonna take down the game audio a little bit.
Allow me to introduce Stiltskin. He may not look it, but he is a seasoned. Even we turn to him.
Stiltskin, he's looking kind of rumpled.
No, I'm just a Moogle that likes to get around. I learned all sorts of things in my travels. I'm on my way somewhere right now, but I can teach you a thing or two.
Nope, don't teach me, you bastard.
Yes, you wouldn't want to miss out.
Watch out here, because it defaults to yes. No, I'm fine. I don't need your fucking help. I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
By the way, you've got a lot of good meat, Carrie.
Yes, a caplet mug. Be careful out there.
The story of this game is told in diary entries, which I'm pretty much going to ignore for this run. Okay, so Magic Only. The way you cast magic in this game is you pick up these stones called Magicite, and these stones allow you to cast spells. Now, in order to get those, in most places you have to kill a monster. So we're going to do something tricky. We're going to... There's a state in this game. We're going to go and skip the intro here. So there's a state in this game where the little furry thing beside me, Mog, will cast a spell. In order to get him to cast a spell, we have to take some damage. And in order to withstand some damage, we need to run past some monsters and get a heal spell. We can do that easily in this dungeon. Just kind of run past all these enemies here. And that one as well. And right here is Cure. Heal spell. This spiky boy right here is what we need to fight. So if we get hit while we have a group of enemies around us, we'll get Mog, the Moogle there, to say, hang in there, Kupo. If he says hang in there, Kupo, then that means that means he can do an attack. So for now, we're just kind of ringing him around the circle here. Till he says it. Alright, still waiting. Huh? Error occurred within our API. Try again. That means the website fucked up. Yeah, that means it's not on you. So I think he said hang in there, Kupo, so we're gonna try. Yeah, here he goes. We missed. There we go. So Mog killed the guy. We got our first Magicite. Now it gets easy. Because now all we have to do is cast fire on these guys, which is easier said than done, because we have a long cast time and they're throwing these stun rocks. But the rest is pretty much history. We can go ahead and collect all of our artifacts and all that stuff. So that's what we have to deal with at the beginning of every dungeon, is waiting for the Moogle to kill stuff. So what we're doing in River Bell Path is we're gonna be collecting food and stuff, so we don't have to rely on getting a cure stone, because some dungeons those aren't available right at this time. Fortunately, they were available in this one, which makes this dungeon easy. Because now that we have that, we can do anything. Soon we have 2 Cure Magicite. We're looking for a Raise Magicite, which we get from this guy right here. Kill him, we'll drop a Raise Magicite. Now, this is the only dungeon I've theory crafted, so like other dungeons will be a lot harder. So when we have 3 command slots, these little things right here are called command slots. We have 2 that we can edit, which are these 2 right here. They're Cure and Fire. Once we have 3, we can fuse a spell called Haste, which will make our spells a lot faster to cast. So that's something we're going to want to do for sure. As you can see, fire pretty much one-shots goblins, because they're not resistant to it. Bronze belt is useless to us. That is a cell key access. We won't be crafting that our way. These guys are a little bit hard to hit with magic for me. Now we do have these side objectives, which mines to pick up money. The objectives decide what artifact pools we can choose from at the end. The artifacts give you permanent stat boost, so we want to collect them for sure. Now, if I do end up dying in the dungeon, it's actually a horrible thing, because I don't know if you keep Magicite, and we will be having to reset back to the beginning, so I don't think there will be a chance to get another Magic Stone. I think I might be wrong about that, though. I just picked up an item called a Phoenix Down. If I put that on my hotbar and die, I will instantly resurrect. It'll be like I casted Raise on myself, which is impossible to do. But it will be like I casted Raise. Raise will bring a dead player back to life. This game has online multiplayer, but not local multiplayer. There's actually a big gripe about a lot of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles players. Oof. Move. I'll get in the way, and once in a while he'll get tired and make you carry the chalice. The chalice is this thing that he's carrying. If I told him to set it down and stray outside it, I'll start to take damage. Because the world is populated by a thing called miasma. And it makes you choke to death. Miasma makes me choke to death. Oof! That was close! A little too close for comfort. This is an artifact right here. You can see I picked up one earlier. The purple underneath it is means it's a magic artifact. So that's going to make our magic strikes more powerful if we get 4 or more magic. Right now, it doesn't make a difference. The thing is, though, I missed out on an artifact because I didn't go down a certain path. But we're probably going to play River Bell Pass a couple times to get some food. So we'll probably play here like 2 or 3 times, gather up some food, gather up like the weapon plans and armor plans that we need. Which I think I've actually gotten from this one run. We'll see. Okay, so we just got the 2 stones we're going to be using in my strat. 2 Blizzard Stones. When you fuse in single player, you can fuse the same type of stone together in order to make a different spell, a more powerful version. But we picked up the artifact that gave us our 3rd command slot. So first, we're going to equip Raise. We don't want Slow. We want one of our Cure Magicite and then another one right here. That'll make Haste. That takes up 3 of our command slots. So we're going to have to do some menuing to swap out spells. But this is how we're going to do the boss fight. We're gonna haste ourselves and use Blizzara. So what it'll look like is you'll see me right at the beginning of the boss fight cast haste, dodge a bubble. Then I'll split these and I'll replace the top 2 with Blizzard. And then that cast time is much lower. I wish I could get rid of the effect now so I could show how... I wonder if I could cast Slow on myself. Probably Clear. I have a Clear Stone. I could wait for it to time out. I might. While I'm doing that, we can go over here and visit the Moogles. They don't do anything right now, but in the 2nd cycle of the dungeon, which means 5 dungeons after we do River Bell, come back here, and I think there'll be a Moogle house inside of this chimney here. You go to Moogle houses to collect stamps, which unlock character skins. Oh, there we go. Haste is off, and as we can see, it takes about twice as long to cast the spell. I don't know the exact numbers, but it feels about twice as long. So we're gonna go ahead and put our haste back on. And run into the boss fight. Now this boss is called Giant Crab. He push over. But he's your first introduction into bosses in the game. At first I had trouble with this guy because I just didn't know the type. But he's fairly easy. The intro music to every boss is the same. I timed that really well. We're gonna cast haste. We're gonna split. We're going to swap this for a blizzard and this for a... Now the little fox following us, called a moo actually, will die in one blizzard hit, so we don't have to worry about that guy. With haste, you have to be careful not to run outside of the range of the chalice, because you'll run faster than Mog can follow you. Mog is this little moo right here. Okay, this is a good attack because it takes a long time for him to cast. Also, he jumped right after, so we were able to get 2 off without him doing anything. That's a dangerous situation to be in. If he does the heads, oh, our haste wore off as well. So, sure. Raise. Even though it technically does the same thing. This one you can kind of start casting while the bubble's still there because the bubble stops tracking you. Hey, get down. So if the bubble hits you while you have haste on you, it will not cancel your haste. It will cancel your haste instead of slowing you. We're not going to worry about haste for the rest of the fight. I think we got it. I only really use it to get through that first phase when he's got his claw. This boss has 3 phases. So first he'll lose his claw, and that's actually hard to avoid. First he'll lose his claw. Oh, we got slowed. So we might ooh, we got smacked. That's okay though, because when you're on a boss fight, if you die, you can just restart immediately. We'll just get less points. Rip. Rest in pieces. If there were more room on my desk, I'd let my cat up here, but yeah, up here right now. For now, we'll just skip. We want to split this. Raise. I wish you could turn off auto heat. Also, this guy's resistant to thunder. Log on me. Sometimes there's some frame rate lag on the Switch, especially docked. You'll see that a lot of boss fights. See what I mean about that claw though? That claw comes out of nowhere half the time, and it's he missed it that time, which is impressive. This time I'm gonna cure early. I'm gonna cure anytime I drop to 2. That's why. Okay, good. When he's got that claw, he can do that attack. If he doesn't have that claw, he can't do it anymore. And the bash attack that he does with his head is pretty much instant, and will stun you out of casting a spell. So it's almost necessary to reapply haste. That didn't hit twice on the move. gonna go ahead and swap this paste again. By the time he was casting the bubble, that's a really good time. Swap in Blizzard. Blizzard? And just because of the haste, we're able to get it off before he walks to us and head smashes. That hits. That gives us some time to cast. What happened? Didn't you go on a changing password spree for all of those? Okay. Probably not. You're probably just typing it wrong like usual. Game over. Not game over, but like... We'll see how long it takes with slow on. I'm streaming. Hey there, King Snipes, how you doing? Playing some Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, doing a challenge run with the remaster. I'm doing well.
Hail Moogle at your service, Capo.
So the mail's not super important. The mail, like, it will change your relationships with your family, but for this run, it's not that important. I have a gourd potato to send him. We do. He asked for a gourd potato, so we send it to him, and usually, he gives you like crazy amount of gold or something.
I've got your reply, Capo. So long, Capo.
All right, and there's not a lot of money to pick up, so unfortunately, I didn't get that high of a score there. But that's okay. So this time we use. Unless there's an artifact called Chris here, which gives us 3 magic, we choose this Moogle Pocket. The reason we choose the Moogle Pocket is it gives us a permanent command slot. Which means we'll have 3 from the beginning. So we can start casting haste much earlier. Make our lives a lot easier. So we're going to do River Bell Path a couple more times. And then we're gonna go somewhere else. So we have to start the same as usual. We don't keep any of our Magicite or anything. So we have to start the same and use Mog to kill the first Magicite user again. Otherwise, it's not magic only. Fortunately, we got take physical damage, which we have to do in the beginning in order to get a magic stone anyways. So let's go grab here. And let's go pull the monster we need. Not that guy. This guy. So, yeah, you. We're gonna pull him a little bit over here. I feel like it's gonna be easier over here. And then we start taking damage. And we're just waiting for the Moogle to say, hang in there, Kupo. There he goes. Okay, so now we have to have him drop the chalice. Start casting Cure. And we died. Oh well. We can actually release the Cure on ourselves and he'll still attack. But we have to hit it on ourselves. We'll try again. Hopefully that enemy's still there. Usually kill save. We might have soft locked ourselves. Magicite still over there? Yeah, we soft locked ourselves. I guess he could use Mog to kill the key guy.
Tired to go? It's your turn.
We didn't soft lock ourselves, we just made it a whole lot more difficult than it had to be. So we have to get through 2 gates now, and then kill another enemy.
Hang in there, Cabal.
Goes. Alright. Alright, so now... Ooh, now I can pass some. No, I can't. Wanna attack? What about to take damage? Or if I can just defend. Yes? Alright, beautiful. We just have to kill one more enemy and we have a match set. It's this guy right here, Drop Slender. Have to make him do it. Hang in there, Kuko, one more time. Possibly more if we miss, but I don't want to think about that.
Hang in there, Cabal.
There we go. Alright. Saved. Run saved. Almost soft locked ourselves though. So we can get haste early in the dungeon now. Yeah, so base level spells almost seem castable. Like I said, you gotta be careful with Mog. He goes a whole lot slower than you want to with haste. Also, the target ring moves faster when you have haste on, so it's a little bit of an adjustment for me. So bear with me. Goes again with the hang in there. Oh. We can see it's man. It's doable. Thunder. Haste is just nice quality of life. The boss is resistant to thunder, so we're gonna go grab the blizzards. Here. Not that the shortcut back to the beginning matters, but we'll open it up. Yes. We've taken plenty of physical damage for our goal. That was some good magicking. Cat's Bell. Ooh, Cat's Bell is nice. Actually, no. I'm thinking of something else. I thought it gave +3. Step forward. But, yeah, Blizzard. I think we're just gonna try for single blizzards because it's a shorter cast time. I think on this guy, it's okay. So. Ooh, we can also put both on. We're just gonna go for one blizzard, actually. Since we picked up the Moogle Pocket again, that means we can get 4 slots. We can't get the permanent bonus over and over again, but for this dungeon, we'll have 4 slots. We permanently have 3, but for this dungeon, because we picked up a Moogle Pocket, we have 4. Oof. Yeah, we're getting damage off more consistently. Like, Blizzard does nice damage, because it does like 3 times the damage of a basic, but, or more, but I can just more reliably get Blizzard off, so it makes it, a better spell to use for at least this one. And we can have haste on the bar, so it makes it a whole lot easier. You have to pardon the lag sometimes. It's actually FPS lag from the Switch. Don't mind that. There's casting Thundara now. You have to watch out for. Thundara will 100% on us. Get rid of that guy real quick. Get out of there. Cast this haste. Almost went to attack. If I attack something, I've got to reset. Like, we got to die and reset. Like, I wish it was possible just to unequip things and not have an attack, but it's possible. Or to, like, unbind my attack key, but my attack key is the same key as my spellcast key. Hey, can't really rebind things in this game. $130, nice. This one we'll take. Ooh, we'll take Chris. Chris is an awesome artifact. It's actually kind of rare, so we're gonna go and grab that. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break, use the restroom, and we'll be right back. I just realized how interesting this looks. I forgot to change my scenes real quick. Yes, very sad times. Matt must sit on the left side of the screen. Very sad time. So we'll do... I want to get one more magic artifact, because that'll officially put us over, will it put us over 50? We'll check when we get in. I want to get 15 magic here, because, that'll give us another magic damage. Another spell damage. The enemies with focus attacks we're not going to be doing. Okay, so we need 2 magic artifacts. So we kind of, we want to get food here, but we also want to rush to Veil Luce in year 2 as soon as possible. Because we can unlock a ring called the Blizzard Ring, which lets us go into a dungeon with the spell already. Which will be immensely better than this. Because right now we kind of have to finagle it. Like, right now the enemy we need is not even on us. So I'm gonna kind of lure him over here. Here. Come on, hang in there, Capo. Wow, he killed both of them. So I just did a spell fusion with Mog there. Wait, die already? Wow, I'm not moving the command field at all anyway. Oh, man, sweating there for a second. I kind of choked that one for a second there. I about had a repeat of last time. I think I keep the Magicite though. Like, as long as I picked it up. You'll see me moving off screen sometimes, just because I know the map so well. So I'm not considering magic strikes, like Ice Strike, Flame Strike, and stuff like that. They're what happens when you fuse a Magicite with a weapon. I'm not considering that. So if we have 1 more point of magic damage, we'll be able to 2-shot these big guys, which will be a big, if we have 2 more points of magic damage. No, if we get 2 more points of magic, we'll get 1 more spell damage. And once we have 1 more spell damage, then we can 2-shot the big goblins. That's what I'm trying to say, just less eloquently last time. After this run, I think, after the run where we get 15 magic, we will go to Mine of Capture Team. And I have not theory crafted that dungeon yet, so I don't know anything about how to get the first Magicite or whatever in that dungeon. So we'll be doing the theory crafting live for that dungeon, and pretty much every dungeon after that too. I haven't really thought through any of the other ones, because as long as you can get your foot in the door, you can do any of them. As long as you can get that hang in there capo from Mog, you can kill anything. You can kill anything without attacking it. And technically Mog's still using magic, so I'd consider that magic damage. So, we could do haste. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I'd rather save haste until I can do something. If I do something else, I mean, get another command slot. Yeah, for now, base level spells are the way to go. For sure. We have enough bronze to be able to make some gear too. Maybe I should have maybe I should have rolled a blacksmith in the main village instead. In any case, we can get to a blacksmith next time, or next season. Once we cross the Mer. The blacksmith's not going to help us with our magic stat, but it'll help us with our defenses, so we can take more hits, which will be useful for not only tanking while we wait for our slow charge time on spells, but also move this forward. But also for I don't even know what I'm thinking. I mean, it's not like the weapon helps as much. But the defense helps us. Oh, it helps us get Mog off early because early in a dungeon, because we have to take hits to get Mog off, so the defense will help us there as well. So they reach forward, these goblins, they reach forward on their attack animations, so you can kind of cheese them at the end of their attack animation to kind of blundering themselves into the ring of a low tier spell. That's okay, so now we can do our raise. First I'm gonna cure myself. I'm gonna do raise, cure, haste, and then instead of blizzard, this time let's try fire. I know he's resistant to thunder. I think fire does well against him too. He's not resistant to it. We'll see. skip the intro because we've seen it. Where's the, there he is. Little, Moo. The little fox creature's called a Moo, and, like, there was, because he usually starts, but, nice. Free attack there. Ash. Nice, we got rid of his claw. And we got hit by the slow. We have to cast haste. We have to cast haste twice, actually. Luckily, we got it off that one time. The first haste will cancel the slow. The second haste will actually haste us. And we get haste off fast enough when the bubble's close to us like that to just kind of walk backwards and dodge it. That bubble was from a weird angle. I've seen it from weirder. So what I did is I fused with Mog there, since I don't want to waste time, or since I want to be more efficient. I had him drop the chalice, and I fused with him, and he happened to cast fire with me, which was actually very good for us. Because it upgraded my fire to Fyra, which set him on fire for a little bit. Unfortunately, I didn't take advantage of it, but because I got hit right away. But we're gonna do it again. Not gonna work. Also, Thunder is ridiculously bad against this guy, so. So the slam actually does no damage. Damn it! I didn't expect the Moo to attack again so fast, because usually he doesn't stand next to you and attack to you. He attacks, runs back, and then attacks again. So I expected to be able to get that hit off there. I was just being very greedy. Totally on me. Totally my fault. I'm looking at my cat and giving him the death glare while I say haste. Fire. Get Moo out of the way at least. That's what actually damaged me last time. I don't usually take a lot of damage from the boss. He swung into the fire. Lucky for me. Boo, get down. Get down. No. Get down. All I gotta do is shake the spray bottle out of me nose. He knows what he's doing. I know. He's a back talker. Paste. I really want to get his shell smashed. There we go. Now it should be pretty textbook here. Haste. Okay. casts that pretty quickly, so we have to get out of the way if he starts casting that. And don't get too close to it, because like those little orbitals are like way wider radius than you would think. There we go. I like fire, especially if you can get a hang in there, Kupo, and get the Fira off. Then it works really well. Nice. Of course, we didn't get any focused attack. We have one more magic artifact we can get here. Actually, we can get mage magic here too. We have 2 more artifacts we can get here, I think. I'm gonna check my artifact menu when I get in here next time. Take physical damage. Could be easy. Same old story. Cast these guys, kind of attract them. Play. Wait a second. Wait for the spiky guy to run. Get the Cure Magicite. Am I defending, maybe? Let's see it hanging there. There it is. Got one of the... Keep on killing the wrong guys. That's alright. Eventually there'll only be one target, right? Yes, the fish. Alright, fire. Beautiful. Beautiful. Got it figured out. Okay, so took physical damage. Your goal, right? Make sure about standing still. Yep, take physical damage. Stand still, you can see your goal at any time. Convenience, you know? Ah, no. It doesn't... So, your magic is the shortest range. It doesn't quite go to the edge of the ring. So gravity on that guy should have half his health, actually. I mean, it doesn't mean anything for me. Because I do less than a half of his one hit. Right down here. Alright. So if we get the artifact we're looking for, we either leave, and if we don't, I think we'll leave anyways. Because I'm getting bored of that River Bell Path. And we can get another heart container in the next dungeon, which will be Poggers. And theory crafting a new dungeon. Let me update the title real quick. So I have an edit. Right. Did I go the right way? Yeah, I did. Casting on Lilty is like, soon, TM. Soon they will all learn. You are mad. I'm quite content, actually. I'll type into the Discord, man. There's a Discord full of players. So, I left this enemy here because I like to loop down to him, I like to loop down to him after I've, gone this way. It just feels more efficient. It's probably not any more efficient to backtrack like this than it is the other way, but it feels shorter. That was some good magic. Oh, he didn't. I thought he was gonna run, but like sometimes it looks like he's gonna run and he winds up a attack instead. Dragons. Ooh, I think we have dragons with. We'll just have to see. We got both of them. We'll get the blizzards, but I think I'm going to use fire from now on just for the chance of getting Sphera off of Mog. Raise. Nope. Cure and cure. Like I said, fire. Just for the chance of getting Sphera. I think the guy resists gravity, but I'm not sure. Gravity halves health, so kind of like Demi. Halves health and drops flying enemy. Bum, bum, bum. Fire. Haste, please. Actually. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let me fire that guy. I think we'll use food. I haven't made any rules on that. Food. Wow, our magic is punching. Our magic is punching. Oh, we're at 15! Hog! I wasn't keeping track. We're actually at 15. I was confused as to why my magic was hitting so hard for a second there. I was like, you know I'm a Lilty, right, game? Yeah, the magic stat isn't much lower than any other race. It's just the hard-coded, like, range and cast speed and stuff like that. That's a detriment to a Lilty. So this next hit should break him. Yeah. It should break him. 2 more hits? 2 more hits. Maybe 1 more. No. 1 more than I thought. Thankfully, he chose to try to slow an already slow target. So victory! $152 on the take physical damage. That's how I roll. Masochist playthrough. Everything in my bones wanted me to take the Ice Brand right there because the Lilty. I almost clicked it. Silver Bracer, please. Okay, so Silver Bracer. That should put us at 15. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. We'll check the menus at some point during the Miasma stream. Ooh, speaking of which.
Have you heard of the black? They say he's.
That's racist.
You would do.
That's racist. I nearly forgot to change my chalice. So there's elements on the chalice in this game. Your chalice has to be a certain element to get through these things called miasma streams. So we're gonna go conquer miasma. Wow, miasma is really bad here. Here we go. Since we changed our element to water, we were able to cross this Nazma stream, which happened to also have the element of water. You have to match it. Match it like a kindergartner. So we haven't theory crafted either Mine of Carthage or Mushroom Forest yet. So either one. But let's go to Mars Pass. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, I forgot to check my characters there.
Why, hello there.
Oh, hello. Well, how are things going?
Well, you've been busy, haven't you? It's about time we got serious.
Yeah.
Right. Well, see you around.
Farewell.
All right. We have possibly made it. No more cutscenes, please. Hey, Mars Pass. I always pronounce the miasma, or miasma, instead. Like Mazda Miata, miasma. Kind of makes sense, but maybe I'm just freaking clumsy. Let's see. Novice's weapon isn't going to do shit for us, but hey, let's do it anyways. Too few materials. Never mind. Bronze armor, bronze gloves. Cannot craft either of those here. Well, fuck me. This guy can craft it. Yep. Armor. Gloves. Yep, our magic is permanently at 15. Alright. Oh! Line of catheters. Because I would literally rather have one than go through the loading screens in this dungeon. Thanks.
What?
Magical damage? I got you, buddy. We can attack to move this thing, as long as we don't attack an enemy. Have to make sure not to attack an enemy. Oh, what's one of these things? Like rainbow grapes or something? Oh, me. Come on, give me the hang in there, Kupo.
In there, Kupo.
Yeah. Alright, that works. So what we did right there is called a fusion break. We let the fusion time out. We let the fusion time out, and it Mog attacks anyways.
In there, Kupo.
So now we get a cure magicite off that guy. So now we no longer have to be we no longer have to rely on fusion. This guy drops fire? Balance, please? Yeah? Wait for another thing in there, Kupo. And we'll get it just standing in this very spot. Boring gameplay, but it's what we gotta do. Luckily, he tries to fuse with Cure. Beautiful. So we get Raise instead of a attack match. Fine, fine. This guy's gonna take forever. Yeah, so we gotta wait for this guy's cast times, which, fortunately on his meteor are very long.
In there, Kupo.
Yeah? Of course he casted fire. Thanks. Right, alright, alright. So, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just casting magic over and over again. On a guy that's probably not even gonna drop what I want. We'll see.
In there, Kupo.
Oh. Go. Hey, there we go. Beautiful. And we got a piece of iron. Which is useless. Okay. Good to know the first enemy to the left, though. That's the one that we want to attack. I'm just going to pull this guy away. Attack this. Just to get it out of the way. Unfortunately, the monsters can't interact with the world, so, like, you can't get the monsters. Dude, that'd be pretty cool. Beautiful. Oh, okay, so we got a Phoenix now. Practically useless. That is okay, though. All in this together. Let me step on this just in case. Like, I know it can't happen, but I just want to cover all my bases just in case. But for the most part, I'm just holding A right here. Like, I can release the cure whenever I want. I'll just release it when I'm low health, you know? And just with the positioning I have, I don't have to do anything. There he goes. Okay, I gotta figure out which one drops a Magicite here, which is why I'm doing it like this. Wow, really? I'm Mago slightly to the left of me, so maybe right here. Huh? I'm probably just gonna finish this. Probably just this dungeon. Man, still no Magicite. Maybe it's this guy over here? There's no guy over here. Yeah, you might as well. No accidental attacks. Wow, I have to go all the way through here with Mog to get it. That's... Yeah, we're definitely only doing this dungeon once until we have a blizzard ring. There's no, playing me otherwise there. We gotta clear. Oh, he's got the bells. Fire, yes. Okay, so the guy under the chest drops fire. Fire. Alright. Finally can attack. Okay, so basically make a beeline for that guy. Gotcha. But we can't kill that, can we? Nope. We have to get a, let's run past those. Didn't drop much. I would love it if I could, like, squeeze past something to kill. Yeah, that'd be good quality of life, quality of life stuff. Good thing there wasn't anything in front of me. I thought I was on cure. I guess I must have accidentally hit the reset attack command. Oh man, now for fun. Oh yeah, this is fun. Really dodge. Got the pain right away. Dodge. Right away. Dodge. Right away. See the formula here? Barely dodge. Right away. If you were confused. Got the Shoryuken. Blizzard, finally! I can go back and kill these guys if I want. Do I go back and kill the others? I don't think. Ooh, wait, that's haste. I didn't think you could cast haste here. More. And he's down. Oh man, oh man. Hasty boy, hasty boy. Alright, Blizzard actually might be better on these guys. Ending. Wow, did that not... He was just standing there laughing, he didn't run at all. Jerk. Got him. And him. Nope. I'm actually horrible at this game. Who would have thunk? Alright, we can cast Clearga. Clearga in single player, Pog. I was used to haste. Why'd I do this to myself? I got Thunder. I actually don't know how these guys are, as far as resist Thunder go. we could pay him. Go for a specific spell. I think we'll be okay though. We might do. We'll do that for Veil Loose because we're gonna want him to be red, so we can kill the Blizzard Toads. Yep, we unlocked it. Oh yes. I say yes. Tell me again. Oh, did I walk straight past this? I think you unlock that chest by going. I don't know. Give me your Magicite. All of them. Curse me, please. Thank you. Did this cycle? I was gonna say did it cycle to cycle 2, but I know it didn't because there's no. Wow, that was literally right on his loincloth. Could like attack me, please? Like run at me? I literally got more defense, so you guys can do that. Wow, I thought I hit him. I saw the damage. I'm missing carrots OP, please. Sword's popping off right now. That's the Earthman. Yeah, that's right. Alright, let's go ahead and put Cure on, or Haste on, and then it's boss time. And then I'm gonna have to get off with it after this boss. Okay, yeah. Oh. Do the haste thing. Let's go ahead and split this. I have 2 blizzards. Let's try Blizzard. As he does this long charge attack, I think we can take advantage of it. Right. This has actually done really well. Okay, we need to do haste again. So we want to raise and then here. Got time there. Yeah, this guy attacks pretty slow, so we're actually golden on fighting this guy. This guy is. If the rest of the dungeon was easier, I'd run this dungeon, but it's not. It's just straight up not. Like, I'd run this dungeon first over River Bell if it was easier to get the first Magicite. Maybe Mushroom Forest is easy. I actually didn't do much theory crafting. I just tried to see if River Bell was possible. And it is. Okay. Time to recast haste. And walk out of the way of that and cast haste. Nope. I'm gonna replace Raise with. See if I can do it. I can do it. Lilty Magic Only does enough DPS to kill him in his ball. Nice. Alright, so let's just do the post-dungeon stuff, like pick the artifact and all that. And all. Yeah. Ooh, can I? Yeah. You're welcome.
El Moogle at your service, Capo. Capo! Here you go, Capo.
Roland. You are caravan. Yeah.
Sorry for asking.
I got it. Hey,
Give me the
please
cup
don't,
back.
please don't do this
Can I
over my
have the
keyboard.
cup?
Please don't do this over
Can I
my
have the
keyboard.
cup back?
Yeah, please don't do this over my electronics. Asshole. Yeah.
I've got your reply, Capo. So long, Capo.
Magical damage. Did we do it? Did it a little bit. Actually, we did quite a bit. I think we maxed out the score. Only thing I care about is spend it. For what? Earlier than 10? About to end this. I don't know. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and save the game and get on that. I'll continue this soon. I'm gonna save over this file. I have no interest in playing on that one. There we go. Alright. See you later.